They told us seeds were nature's perfect food, that they're full of fiber, loaded with nutrients, and a smart choice for anyone trying to age well. But what if that's not the full story? What if some of the very seeds we eat every single day thinking we're doing something healthy are actually doing more harm than good? Here at Senior Lifeline, we've seen it firsthand. Behind the label of superfood, there's a much darker side to certain seeds, especially for adults over 60. New research is showing that some seeds once found in common snacks and health foods may actually speed up the aging process. They can inflame your joints, harden your blood vessels, and quietly increase your risk of stroke, heart failure, and chronic fatigue. And most people over 60 have absolutely no idea. In fact, a study published in the Journal of Gerontology found that just one specific seed increased inflammation markers by a shocking 67% in older adults in only 3 weeks. And yet, that seed is still sold everywhere as a heart-healthy snack. That's why today, we're bringing you a crucial report. The 4 seeds you should avoid at all costs. After 60 and the 4 seeds you should absolutely start eating daily. Number 1 on the bad list is probably in your pantry right now. And number 1 on the good list. It helped one of our patients walk pain-free again after years of joint pain. Everything you're about to hear is backed by peer-reviewed research, clinical case studies, and decades of nutritional science for healthy aging. No scare tactics, no fads, just the real facts that every senior deserves to know. At Senior Lifeline, we know how overwhelming it can be to sort through health advice, especially online. One moment you're told a food is a superfood, and the next, it's being blamed for inflammation, fatigue, or worse. So how do you know what's actually true? That's exactly why we created this channel. We don't just follow trends. Every video we make is rooted in the latest peer-reviewed research, clinical studies, and real-world results from adults. Over 60 people, just like you. We focus on what's safe, effective, and truly helpful for your stage of life. Many of the insights we share come directly from nutrition experts, integrative doctors, and first-hand experiences from patients and seniors we've worked with. We dig deep into what works especially for common challenges like joint pain, digestion, heart health, brain fog, sleep issues, and energy loss. So when we say a seed might be quietly harming your heart or triggering inflammation in your joints, we're not guessing. We're showing you what the science actually says and what real people are experiencing. Our promise is simple. We'll never exaggerate, we'll never fearmonger, and we'll always put your long-term health first. So if you're someone who wants to age well, protect your independence, and feel better without jumping on every diet trend stick. With us, now that you understand the importance of this topic and why it matters so much for those of US over 60, let's begin with the seeds that pose the greatest risks to your health. These are the 4 most commonly consumed seeds that might seem harmless on the surface, but behind the scenes, they may be triggering inflammation, damaging your arteries, throwing off your digestion, or even accelerating joint pain and fatigue. Some of these seeds are marketed as healthy, organic, or heart-friendly. But if you're over 60, your body processes food differently than it did at 30 or 40. And what used to be harmless or even helpful can now become a silent stressor on your system. You may be eating these seeds every single day without realizing the toll they're taking. That's why it's so important to know what to avoid and what to replace them with. Let's begin with the first one. It's probably sitting in your kitchen right now. Number 4, sunflower seeds. Sunflower seeds are often thought of as a healthy snack. You'll find them sprinkled on salads, baked into granola bars, and even labeled as heart-healthy on store shelves. But for adults over 60, these tiny kernels can quietly cause big problems. Why? Because sunflower seeds are extremely high in omega-6 fatty acids. Now, omega-6 aren't inherently bad. We need a small amount for basic functions, like cell repair. But the problem is imbalance. As we age, our bodies become more sensitive to inflammation. We need a balanced ratio between omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids to keep that inflammation in check. But sunflower seeds push this balance way out of range. According to a 2022 study in Nutrition and Aging, the ideal omega-6 to omega-3 ratio should be about 4:1. But in seniors who eat sunflower seeds regularly, that ratio can shoot up to 18:1 or higher, and that's where the danger begins. This excess of omega-6 can create a chronic inflammatory state in the body. Over time, that can lead to joint pain, stiff knees, swelling, and even an increased risk of heart disease. It silently wears down your blood vessels and joints. We saw this in a patient named Evelyn, a 72-year-old retired school principal. She lived an active lifestyle, walked daily, cooked her meals at home, and yet she was constantly battling swollen ankles, fatigue, and aching knees. She was baffled. But when we looked at her daily diet, we discovered sunflower seeds were everywhere on her salad, in her granola, even mixed into trail mix snacks. Her CRP levels, those are blood markers for inflammation, were 3 times higher than the safe range. We had her replace sunflower seeds with a blend of flax and chia, soaked and balanced properly. Within 10 days, the swelling began to subside. After 3 weeks, her walking time increased from 10 minutes to 40 without fatigue. A follow-up blood test showed her inflammation had dropped by 42%. So, if you're over 60 and dealing with arthritis, fatigue, or high cholesterol, sunflower seeds may not be your friend. Later in this video, we'll introduce a much better alternative one that supports your joints and heart without tipping the inflammation scale. Number 3. Cottonseed, conceed oil. Here's a seed that most people consume without even realizing it. It's not something you sprinkle on your salad, but it's hiding inside processed snacks, baked goods, and even salad dressings, labeled as low-fat or healthy. We're talking about cottonseed oil, also known as conceed. It's extracted from cotton plants and used widely in the food industry because it's cheap, but what many don't know is that cottonseed oil contains a natural toxin called gossypala, compound the cotton plant produces to protect itself from pests. While it may work well to keep bugs away, gossypal is highly toxic to human cells, especially in older adults. Research published in Toxicology reports found that disrupts heart rhythm, interferes with muscle function, and blocks energy production inside your cells. It also affects potassium regulation in your heart and muscles to things that are critical, and our electrolyte balance becomes more fragile. That's exactly what happened with Jelen, a 70-year-old retired florist who came to us feeling constantly tired. She also experienced strange muscle cramps, fluttering in her chest, and a general sense of weakness. But her EKG was borderline nothing definitive. When we looked deeper into her food choices, we discovered a major clue. Nearly all of her healthy snacks and dressings contained cottonseed oil, granola bars, crackers, and even the salad dressing she used daily. Once we removed these and replaced them with roasted chickpeas, avocado slices, by week 2, the cramp stopped. By week 3, the palpitations disappeared and her energy came back. She even told us, "I feel like myself again." Cottonseed oil doesn't come with a warning label, but it should especially. For seniors, if you're over 60, take a close look at the ingredient lists on packaged foods. Number 2, sesame seeds. Sesame seeds are tiny, harmless looking, and everywhere on burger buns inside tahini, drizzled into sauces, and baked into so-called superseed crackers. But what many seniors don't realize is that sesame can carry hidden dangers, especially for starters. Sesame seeds are high in phytates, which are plant compounds that bind to important minerals like calcium, magnesium, and zinc. For a young, healthy gut, this isn't a huge problem. But as we age, our ability to absorb nutrients diminishes, and phytates can make this worse by blocking key minerals, your bones, joints, and a 2020 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that high phytate diets reduced calcium absorption by 27% in older adults. That's enough to weaken bones, increase osteoporosis risk, and leave you feeling more fragile and stiff. But that's not all. Sesame has also become a top allergen, especially among people over 50. And in seniors, these reactions can be subtle skin rashes, chronic congestion, fatigue, and gut issues that never seem to resolve. Marilyn, a 69-year-old, retired piano teacher, is a perfect example. She came to us struggling with dry skin patches, painful. She'd already cut out dairy and gluten with no improvement. When we tested her immune markers, sesame was the hidden trigger. Turns out she'd been eating hummus daily, which contains tahini, a paste made from sesame. We swapped her sesame for avocado and walnuts, and within 2 weeks, her symptoms began to fade. Variety is good. But if you're over 60, you need to be extra cautious with seeds that can block nutrients or activate immune responses your body no longer tolerates. Number 1. Chia seeds, when used the wrong way. Now here's the biggest surprise. And unfortunately, most people over 60 are consuming it the wrong way. Here's the issue. Chia seeds expand rapidly when they come into contact with water. In fact, they can absorb up to 12 times their weight in fluid. That's great for hydration if your gut is functioning perfectly. But in seniors with slower digestion, dry throats, or any narrowing in the esophagus or bowel, this can become dangerous. Medical case reports have documented seniors experiencing choking, constipation, and even esophageal blockages after eating dry chia seeds. One study in the Annals of Emergency Medicine told the story of a 72-year-old man who had to undergo surgery to remove a hardened chia mass lodged in his esophagus. He thought it would help cleanse his gut. Instead, it nearly took his life. We had a similar case. Franklin, a 74-year-old retired mail carrier, came to us with intense bloating, sharp stomach cramps, and no bowel movement for 5 days. He had unknowingly started adding dry chia to his cereal and smoothies after getting a superfood gift pack from his daughter. His gut was overwhelmed and nearly impacted. We halted the chia and gave him gentle support. Soaked flax, fluids, and a mild laxative. By day 3, he was back to normal. And we showed him the safe way to use chia soaked in water for at least 30 minutes and in small amounts. So here's the bottom line. Chia isn't evil. It contains fiber, omega-3s, and antioxidants. But for older adults, it must be soaked and started slowly. No powders, no dry mixes, and no guessing. Now that we've uncovered the 4 seeds that may be silently harming your health, let's shift our focus to something much more empowering, because not all seeds are dangerous. In fact, some seeds, when chosen carefully and prepared the right way, can be your greatest allies in the fight against aging, fatigue, inflammation, and muscle loss. At Senior Lifeline, we've seen these healing seeds help older adults regain energy, reduce joint pain, improve memory, and even sleep better. And the best part, they're simple, affordable, and easy to add into your daily routine. No pills, powders, or extreme diets required. Let's walk through the 4 best seeds you should eat daily after 60 and how to combine some of them with a powerful ingredient you may already have at home: lemon. These combinations not only enhance the absorption of key nutrients, but also provide a refreshing, gentle boost to your digestion, circulation, and energy levels. Number 4. Black sesame seeds, the forgotten brain food for clarity, memory, and blood pressure support. Let's start with one of the most misunderstood but powerful seeds, sesame. Now you might be thinking, didn't we just talk about sesame as a seed to avoid? Yes, but there's a big difference. The harmful sesame seeds we mentioned earlier were white, hulled, often roasted in unhealthy oils or ground into tahini. These are stripped of their nutrients and can trigger immune reactions in sensitive individuals. Black sesame seeds, on the other hand, are unhulled, unprocessed, and rich in lignans and trace minerals, especially beneficial for the aging brain and cardiovascular system. These seeds have been used for centuries in Eastern medicine for memory support, blood circulation, and reducing oxidative stress. In a 2021 study published in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry, adults over 65 who consumed just 2 teaspoons of black sesame daily for 60 days experienced a 13% drop in systolic blood pressure and a 22% improvement in memory recall. That's incredible for something so small. One of our patients, Dorothy, a 70-year-old retired librarian, was worried about early memory loss. Her doctor told her she was at risk of mild cognitive decline. Instead of rushing into medication, we introduced a simple morning remedy: 1 teaspoon of ground black sesame, mixed with warm water, a little honey, and a squeeze of fresh lemon. Within 4 weeks, her focus improved, her memory sharpened, and her blood pressure dropped to a healthy range without medication. This combination works because lemon enhances polyphenol absorption and supports liver detox, while black sesame nourishes the brain and blood vessels. Just remember, always choose unhulled black sesame, grind them fresh, and consume in moderation. No roasting, no tahini, just natural healing power in small daily doses. Number 3. Flax seeds, nature's gentle detox for the heart, hormones, and digestion. Next on our healing list is the quiet hero of senior nutrition: flax seeds, one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory foods you can eat after 60. It's rich in alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3 that supports brain and heart health, and contains lignans, which help balance hormones, protect the heart, and improve bowel regularity. But there's a catch: the seeds must be ground fresh. Whole flax seeds often pass through the digestive tract, unabsorbed. Grinding them breaks the outer shell and releases the healing oils inside. In a 2018 study from Hypertension Research, older adults who consumed 30 grams of ground flax per day had blood pressure drops comparable to common medications with no side effects. We've also seen it improve cholesterol, ease constipation, and reduce that heavy, bloated feeling many seniors describe after meals. One of our patients, George, a 68-year-old retired firefighter, had been struggling with high cholesterol and irregular digestion. His daughter added 1 tablespoon of ground flax into his morning yogurt, along with a drizzle of lemon juice and cinnamon. Within weeks, his bathroom habits normalized, his energy came back, and his cholesterol dropped by more than 40 points. This lemon-flax-cinnamon combo is an excellent morning routine. Lemon helps break down the lignans and activates gentle detox enzymes in the liver, while flax delivers slow-burning fiber and heart-loving fats. Just one tip: always store ground flax in the fridge. Its delicate oils can spoil quickly if left out, and never cook it loses potency under high heat. Blend it into smoothies, stir into oatmeal, or add it to warm water with a little lemon for a gentle morning. Cleanse. Number 2. Pumpkin seeds pepitas, the mineral powerhouse for healing, sleep, and strength. Pumpkin seeds might be the most underrated superfood for adults over 60. These small green seeds are packed with magnesium, which helps with everything from muscle relaxation to sleep. Quality to blood sugar control. They also contain zinc, which is essential for immune health, wound healing, and even maintaining a healthy appetite, something many older adults struggle with. In a 2019 clinical study, seniors who added 30 grams of pumpkin seeds daily saw a 48% reduction in leg cramps and 71% improvement in sleep quality. That's a huge result for something so simple. We saw this firsthand with Walter, a 73-year-old retired mechanic who dealt with restless legs, frequent nighttime wake-ups, and tingling in his calves. Despite drinking water and taking calcium, nothing worked until we checked his magnesium and zinc levels, which were both low. We had him begin a nightly ritual: a small bowl of lightly roasted pumpkin seeds, a pinch of sea salt, and a squeeze of lemon over the top. Within 2 weeks, Walter's leg cramps stopped. Within a month, he was sleeping through the night, and so was his wife, Pumpkin. Seeds are gentle on digestion, easy to chew, and extremely nutrient-dense. Make sure to added crunch and mineral support. Number 1. Hemp seeds. The anti-inflammatory powerhouse that rebuilds strength, eases pain, and restores vitality after 60. Now for the number 1 healing seed every senior should consider adding to their daily routine, especially if you struggle with fatigue, brain fog, stiff joints, or low strength. We're talking about hemp seeds. Don't worry, these come from the hemp plant, but they contain absolutely zero THC. That means no psychoactive effects, no high. What they do contain, however, is one of the most perfectly balanced nutritional profiles you'll find in any seed, and the benefits for adults over 60 are remarkable. Let's break it down. First, hemp seeds offer an ideal 3-to-1 ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids, which is considered optimal for reducing inflammation. Unlike flexibility, but that's just the beginning. Hemp seeds are also one of the richest plant sources of gamma-linolenic acid, GLA, a rare and powerful compound that's been shown to reduce chronic inflammation, balance hormones, soothe arthritic pain, improve skin hydration, and even support metabolic function. For seniors, this means more energy, more mobility, fewer aches, and better digestion, all without needing pills or complicated regimens. In a 2022 clinical trial published in the Journal of Clinical Nutrition and Aging, adults aged 65 to 79 were marker 19% increase in HDL good cholesterol, and 72% of participants showed improved grip, strength, a key predictor of longevity and independence in older adults, from years of arthritis. She'd tried all the usual remedies, anti-inflammatory pills, joint creams, even expensive supplements, but nothing brought her lasting relief. After reviewing her labs and seeing signs of chronic low-grade inflammation, we made one small but powerful change: dates and a squeeze of lemon. We also encouraged her to start walking gently for 10 minutes a day. By week 3, she noticed she wasn't as stiff in the mornings. By week 6, she was improved that she could kneel down and garden, something she hadn't done in years. That's the kind of transformation we live for at Senior Lifeline. The beauty of hemp seeds is that they're soft, buttery, and easy to digest. No soaking, no grinding, and no prep needed. They're especially ideal for older adults with dental issues or sensitive digestion. You can add them to smoothies, yogurt, soups, soft-cooked oats, or even stir them into a warm lemon water drink. Before breakfast, for gentle detox and inflammation support, just 3 tablespoons daily can restore energy, protect your joints, nourish your brain, and help you feel younger from the inside out. And that's why, for seniors over 60, hemp seeds earn the top spot on our healing list. They're not just food, they're functional medicine in a spoonful. So let's take a moment to reflect on everything we've just learned, because this wasn't just a list of seeds, it was a wake-up call. We started by uncovering 4 seeds that seem innocent, even healthy, but can silently undermine your health after 60. Sunflower seeds, with their heavy omega-6 load that can stiffen your joints and raise inflammation. Cottonseed oil, hiding in processed foods and quietly disrupting your heart, muscles, and energy. Sesame seeds, which can block mineral absorption and trigger immune responses in sensitive digestive systems. And chia seeds, which are only safe when soaked but dangerous when eaten dry, especially for aging guts that are more prone to blockages. These are the seeds we urge you to reconsider, not out of fear, but out of wisdom, because what worked at 40 may no longer serve your body at 70. But we didn't stop there. We also shared 4 seeds that can nourish, repair, and protect your body in ways most supplements can't. Black sesame for brain support and blood pressure. Flax for hormone balance, digestion, and heart health. Pumpkin for muscle strength, restful sleep, and mineral replenishment. And hemp, the top seed for inflammation relief, joint flexibility, and daily vitality. These seeds aren't magical, but they are deeply functional when used wisely. They're small, affordable, and powerful allies in your fight to age gracefully and live fully. And here's the most important takeaway of all: you don't need to overhaul your entire diet overnight. You don't need to fear food, and you certainly don't need to keep guessing in the dark. What you do need is awareness of how your body changes after 60, how even healthy foods can shift in impact, and how to choose what supports you now in this stage of life, because your needs have changed, and your food should change with you. So whether your biggest struggle today is joint pain, low energy, brain fog, or poor sleep, remember, the right seeds in the right form can start to gently reverse what age and stress have done. It all begins with knowledge and small, daily steps forward. Now, before you go, we want you to remember this: your health after 60 isn't just about what you remove from your diet. It's also about what you add back in. And at Senior Lifeline, we're here to walk with you every step of the way. Every week, we bring you practical, science-backed health tips designed specifically for seniors. We break down what's really working and what's quietly working against you so you don't have to guess. And we do it all with one goal in mind: to help you protect your strength, your independence, and your peace of mind. So if you found this video helpful, do us and yourself a favor: click that like button. It tells YouTube this video is worth showing to others just like you. Leave us a comment, even just a few words about which seed surprised you most. And most importantly, subscribe and tap the bell icon so you never miss out on the next simple habit that could change your health. And if you're wondering what to watch next, tap the one that speaks to you most. We'll be there, waiting. Because here at Senior Lifeline, we don't just share health advice, we share hope, backed by science, and built for the season of life you're in right now. Thanks for watching. Take care of your body, and it will take care of you.